Fall in, everybody. Volume 4. Yesterday's after action tested one word, open, against a strait with 80 mines in it. Tonight, the word got bigger. On Monday, the president declared in capital letters that the United States will be known from this point forward as the guardian of the Hormuz Strait and will be reimbursed at the rate of 20% on all cargo shipped. On Fox that morning, he said the quiet part in plain English. We're taking over the strait. We'll probably run it. Own it, run it, tax it. Let's measure that against the record. The first witness against this plan is the man who runs American foreign policy. 18 days earlier, on June 25th in Bahrain, Secretary of State Marco Rubio was rejecting a toll on Hormuz when Iran proposed one. His words, "International waterways do not belong to any nation-state." He warned that if the world accepted a country charging money for an international waterway, the practice would spread throughout the world like a contagion. And he closed the door completely. No country is allowed to charge tolls or fees on an international waterway. No country. That was the American position 3 weeks ago about this exact toll. The law backs the Secretary. The International Maritime Organization says there is no legal basis for mandatory tolls on the strait. Under the law of the sea, Hormuz is a transit passage strait, and its shipping lanes run through the territorial waters of Iran and Oman, not ours. A foreign ship's right of passage cannot be billed, and a country with no coast on a strait has no waters there to bill from. America has defended that rule for 50 years. It is the same rule that carries our ships through Panama and Suez. Now the size of the ask. Roughly 20 million barrels of oil a day move through Hormuz, about a fifth of everything the world burns, plus a fifth of the world's liquefied natural gas. 20% of all that cargo is not reimbursement for escort costs. It is a revenue stream measured in tens of billions of dollars a year, and levies on cargo do not stay on cargo. They ride freight rates into port and pump prices after that. The fair reading, because there is one. Escorting ships through a mined strait costs real money, and navies have shared protection costs with allies before. If the Post had said allies should share the cost of an escort mission, that is a defensible argument, and we would weigh it straight. But that is not the claim. The claim is a fifth of the cargo's value, on all cargo, indefinitely, collected by a country with no coast on the strait. And one more problem with the guarding language. There is no escort mission. It has not been launched. Because here is the water as of Monday. Tanker traffic at a 5-week low. The few ships that crossed on Sunday did it with their transponders switched off. Iran's military headquarters says it will not, under any circumstances, allow the United States to interfere in the management of the strait. Oman, the other coastal state, is circulating its own plan for managing traffic. Yesterday, I told you to check the sailings, not the statements. The sailings have not changed, only the invoice is new. Why this matters past the bluster. The rule against tolling straits is not charity. It is the rule that keeps the world's water open to us. Discard it at Hormuz, and every choke point on Earth gets a price tag, which is exactly the contagion the Secretary described. And the 20% would not be paid by Iran. It would be paid by shippers, then freight rates, then you at the register and the pump. A toll dressed up as guardianship is still a toll, and the invoice lands at home. The after-action, then. The claim. America will own, run, and tax an international strait it has no coast on. The record. The law of the sea says no. The IMO says no legal basis. And the loudest no of all came from this administration's own Secretary of State 18 days ago, word for word, about this exact toll. When Iran proposed it, it was a contagion. When we proposed it, it became fairness. The water did not change, only the collector did. Check the flags on the invoice, not the eagles on the letterhead. That's the after action. Dismissed. I'm Mark, and this is Pixel Politics.